It's the same story all over, from the adventure park.
Normally this time of year we'd be coming into Chinese New Year, for example, and some of our attractions would be extremely busy. We're now seeing them operating on nearly 90% less than what we had the year before.
To the backpackers.
And you walk in the kitchen, you smell different foods and you hear different languages, and it's a beautiful, beautiful thing. And now that there's not so many people, it's a bit quiet and lonely.
To the hostel owners. This one's $1 million in debt and has closed 2 of his 8.
Normally it's a fairly successful business, but we're down to about 10 or 20% occupancy.
Then there are the boats that just shouldn't be here in the middle of the day. Anchored at Cairns Marina, they should be out on the reef. One company has laid off 70% of their staff. About 70 kilometres north of Cairns is Port Douglas. 80% of the people here are in some way linked with the tourism sector.
The bigger companies are hurting the most because they deal in high volume visitor numbers and probably a higher proportion of international travellers. And we're a remote destination. Aviation is key for people to be here, so the interstate market is most important to us. Intrastate, while it's certainly helped us get through, it won't help us survive.
But even small diving companies are running on empty, surviving on JobKeeper.
We'd have gone broke months and months ago. Either that or we'd have a debt that would make the nights very sleepless. We don't hold any bookings really beyond next week. And that day-to-day stress of not knowing whether you're going to be able to function beyond next week is sort of a challenge.
We've had probably 3 trips now that have been cancelled. My wife did the matrix and worked out that the borders had only been open twice in the last 12 months, and one was for 19 days and one was for 15, and we're at about 16, so we had our fingers crossed that we'd make it up here.
Nathan ran the LGBTIQ Hot and Steamy Festival on the weekend, but a quarter of the festival goers were from Melbourne, and last-minute lockdown meant they were a no-show. He's had locals fill the gap, but it doesn't bring in any extra cash.
But unfortunately, we've lost that Victorian market who spend money in the shops, they stay in accommodation, they go to the restaurants, they go out onto the reef. It's pretty bad. Often we have weeks where there's no one in house, and that's devastating.
So where are the jobs? Mark Jackson used to be a baggage handler at the Brisbane airport. Now he's more than 100 kilometres from Port Douglas in Dimbula, sorting avocados.
Because you have plans and they all just disappear on you, of course. And this is something different, and you're not sort of guaranteed all the continuity of work. I am hesitant to go interstate in case they get closed behind and I can't get home.
For Kylie Collins, recruiting the staff members has been a challenge, and she's paying way above the award wage to entice them.
I had something like 50 people all signed up, ready to go. I've done all of my paperwork and everything. And then, a couple of days before they were meant to come, they just didn't turn up. Some of them, they were in Victoria or they were in Sydney and they couldn't get up